So, do you want to get organized? Is your craft room a mess? Do you have paper everywhere? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to organize your loose paper and your scrap paper, and I can't wait. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life at any age, always on a budget. You know I'm 71, and I just say it because if I can do it, you can do it too at any age. I want to thank all my lovely subscribers and all of you that watch my videos and leave me the best comments ever. I really appreciate all your support and encouragement. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. You don't want to miss any of these 2023 videos with a different theme every month. And if you like it, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. So, before we get started, I just want to tell you about another YouTuber that I got inspiration from, and her name is Totally Tiffany. Totally Tiffany. So that's the name of her channel. She also not only tells you how to organize everything, but she sells pieces also. And I do have a couple of her pieces. But about a couple of years ago, I thought, can I take her ideas? Can I take her concepts, apply it to my craft room, and use my storage? Well, it worked out pretty well. I do have a couple of her pieces, but I have very economical ways to show you how to store your different items for crafting. Now, you might not do a lot of paper crafts. You might be a little first-time paper crafter, or you might be, an experienced one. These tips will work. And even if you have fabric or yarn or markers or other stuff, these ideas work really, really well because it helps you kind of put them in different categories and organize them. So this is a brand new project I've launched in 2023. The whole year is going to be about organizing your home, your storage, your crafts. I'm going to go through clothes. I'm really going to hit it all because that's my number one goal for this year. So I hope you enjoyed. And please, if you have any questions, put them down below or any suggestions on what you'd like to see. So today we're going to start really simple baby steps, you guys. We are going to talk about organizing our loose paper, that's the separate sheets, and our scrap paper. But before we do that, I want to give you just her 4 main categories that she puts most of her things in. This could be paper, embellishments, all kinds of things. And that is one, that letters and numbers should all be together in something. And I have mine in a notebook, and I will show you on a video down the line about that. Then you go to themes. So A to Z. So it could be birthday, anniversary, baby, it could be vintage, travel. So you can organize your items that way. Another way, of course, is the holidays. If you say, Bonnie, I just do, fall and Christmas stuff. Well, then there's your 2 holidays. You're going to separate your things in. And lastly is color, which we're going to see a lot of that today. Okay? So without further ado, here is my first how to store scrap paper, my tips and tricks and all of that. And then the second part of this is going to be how I store my big pieces of paper that I haven't cut into yet by those themes. I think you're going to enjoy it. All right, I hope you love it. I hope you get inspired. And most of all, I hope you get organized. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, so let's talk about paper scraps first. Now, what do I consider paper scraps? Whenever I take a 12 by 12 and cut any piece out of it, I'm going to take this piece of paper and cut it up and file it in one of my folders here. This could go in Christmas or actually Valentine's Day too. So now, what size should you cut that piece of paper up with? It depends what you make. Now, I make 3 things, so I know I need, at least a couple different sizes. I make these, which you've seen. It's about a 4.5 by 6 or 4.5 by 5.5 size paper. And it's just rounded edges. And I would take this, I would embellish it, and I'd put it on the front of a gift bag or a plain card. Note cards, they're completely blank. And then you would take this and put this on a card, and you have a card. Of course, this would be embellished with flowers or baskets or whatever you want to do, but So I know this is a good size. So I try to, not cut up this piece of paper any smaller than that, because at least I could use it for a gift bag or a card, or cut it up and use it into my second thing I do, which are tags. Now you might say, you're nuts, Bonnie, to have all these sizes. Well, it depends on the gift you're going to put them on, but you just might want to do all mediums. Then you would just cut them down to this size if you just do tags, okay? But the problem is I don't just do these two things. I do this also. I have punches. And so when you go to punch something out, you can use these little tiny, tiny pieces here. See? Those will make adorable little flowers. Okay, one last tip. When you go to store them in your container, I want you to cut off any sharp edges like this, anything that's raggedy that's going to catch on the paper and pull it, because you want your paper kept pristine in these bags. These are from Dollar Tree. They have a flap on them. They're clear and nothing will fall out. So what I would do is cut that off, and then I'd put it along with this. Now you can use snack bags for these small pieces or sandwich bags, and you're all set. All right, so here's how I store these containers, okay? These Dollar Tree containers. I have two of these containers. This one here, it's hard to see, there's actually handles on it. This did come from Totally Tiffany's. This is a beautiful tote bag one of my dear friends made for me, and I thought, oh, how neat. She's a paper crafter too. I'll keep my scraps in it, and that way I'll be able to enjoy it and use it and just carry it out of my craft room. Now, what I keep in this one here is holiday. So you can see, I don't know if you can see from there, but this is my Halloween. I have Christmas, and I have fall, all in this one. So if I want to do any of those 3 holidays, I just take this one out. This one has the rest of my stuff. And let me show you what I have. So here is my pink one. I pretty much go by color the best I can. Here's one that's all in red and yellow. Here's another one I have in blue, and this is one of my largest ones because this is all neutral. This is anything beige or brown. And then I also have, this is all my glitter paper. It's actually wrapping paper. Now I wanted to show you, this is what this looks like. Okay, so I have extra ones in my bags back there. And I also use it like to keep this wrapping paper I showed you that had the peppermints on it. So it's nice and pristine, and I can go ahead and use that. In fact, this I'm going to put in with my holiday stuff. Okay, we'll do that. And now, this is 4th of July, and I usually don't keep this separate, but I have quite a bit of 4th of July stuff. And here is my black and white and gray. Now some of these plastic bags have these ring tabs. You could actually put these in a 3-ring binder, but I have to tell you, the binder is going to be so heavy and thick that I don't know. I tried that one time and it was just too much. Okay, so I just slide everything in here. So if I want to work on a tag, I go either take holiday or I take my regular ones out, and I'm good to go. Now let's take a look how I store my 12 by 12 and my 8.5 by 11 papers. You don't want to miss this. Okay, now here is my 12 by 12 and my 8 by 11 or whatever that size is, the next size down, how I store it. These are cardboard pieces that were from Totally Tiffany, but they fit a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Now, if you just do the smaller paper, you could actually get some magazine holders or file folder holders at a Dollar Tree, those plastic ones, and put your stuff in there. That would be really good, because this is really heavy and, it's not as sturdy as a plastic would be. But let me show you how I have it all set up. So in the front, I have my 8 by 11 because I don't have a lot and it's just solid paper. So I used to do a lot of scrapbooking or albums for my granddaughter. So this was in the pages, the plain white pages. I would take those out and fill them with colored paper. So I have a whole bunch of white. So I know my white's all in the front. Now, I don't have any letter and number, so I started with my themes. So you can see here, and I just took like one of these white pieces of paper and I just put a tab on it and wrote on it. So this doesn't have to be expensive. So I have the outdoors. So that's like, you know, the sky and grass and stuff like that. I have beach. I have wood, brick, and burlap. You know, if I want a burlap piece of paper or a wood piece of paper, I go right into that. There's birthday, animals. I have a whole section that has girly paper in it. And then after that, I have one with boys. After that, I go into my colors. You can see I have yellow and orange, blue and green, black and red. And then I go into my holidays. So I have Valentine's Day, Easter, 4th of July, and then I have Boo, which is Halloween. I have Halloween, fall, and Christmas, okay? So that's how I store my paper, and I think it works really, really well when I want to go to something. I know right where it is. So I hope you love this. I hope you got some ideas to organize your stuff, especially your loose paper and scrapbook paper. And I want to wish you all happy crafting, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.